It's the Dirt RC tire gluer from Dirt RC Products. You want to go ahead and prep your tires however your best method is. I normally sand the rims, sand the tires. Different people use different methods though. Push the tire onto the rim here. You want to kind of peel back and make sure it's not folded over itself on there, and you got a good solid bead all the way around there. These are AKA gridirons that we're mounting up today. With the AKA, you want to fold the cams all the way in to give you a little bit of extra clearance. It's not super crucial how centered the tire is, you just want to get it close, fold the cams down. That creates a little gap there. I like to use thin CA. Put a couple drops in there and let it flow around. Come to the other side here. Same thing, let it flow around. You want to make sure you see glue running all the way around the tire. Release the cam slowly so it doesn't splatter, fold them back inwards. Lift the plate up. Slide the tire out. What I normally do is pop it on a paper towel to make sure it's down on the rim all the way. Put my rubber band around it. Do a quick wipe of the excess and you're done. This is the Ultimate Tire Gluer from Dirt RC Products. First step is to prep the tires and the tires and the rims. I normally sand my tires and rims and wash them with alcohol, but other people have other methods. And whatever works best for you is what you should use. You want to kind of push the tire onto the rim, make sure it's not folded, the bead's folded up under there. Got a good bead all the way around. I'm using AKA gridirons, but the AKAs are a little bit wider, so you can flip the cams all the way in, which gives you a little more clearance from top to bottom to get the tire in and out. When you're putting the tire in there, it's not crucial that it's perfectly centered, just get it pretty close. You can see it's pretty easy. Flip the cams down. And that gives you a nice little gap between the rim and the tire. And you can kind of flex it around if you need a little bit more gap on one side or the other. I prefer thin CA just because it's what I've always used. Put a couple drops in, let it run around. Do the same on this side, put a couple drops in, let it run around. What I normally do is spin it around there a few times. Release the cam slowly so you don't get glue splattered everywhere. Make sure you fold them in. Pull the tire back out, throw that out of the way. And then what I normally do is take it and pop it upside down on a paper towel to get the excess glue off. And then I put a tire band around it. And the last step is I take a paper towel and wipe the excess glue off. Cut. Cut. This is the Ultimate Tire Gluer from Dirt RC Products. The way this thing works is it's got these two cams. You slide the tire in, pull the cam down, it releases the tire from the bead so you can glue it. Putting the cams inwards gives you a little bit more room between the top plate and the bottom plate. What we're gluing up today is AKA gridirons. First step is to mount the tire on the rim. You can prep the tire however you wish to prep it. I usually just sand the rim and sand the tire and clean it with alcohol. You want to fold it back. See if I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's a little piece stuck up under the lip there. You want to make sure that it's not stuck on the lip like that. Okay, we're good to go. The AKAs, they're a little bit taller, so you have to flip the cams inward to give you a little bit more clearance. With the cam straight up and down, you can fit most other tires in there, but AKAs will still fit. It's just kind of tight right there. Flip them in, gives you plenty of clearance. It's not real crucial how centered you get it, just get it close. It's pretty simple. Fold the cams down, which reveals the rim all the way around. I prefer thin CA. You want to let it run all the way around the tire. After you've let it run around the tire, release these slowly. Slide the tire out. What I normally do is pop it on a paper towel. Gives you a nice clean, even match all the way around there. Take your tire band, put it around there. Wipe any excess. There you go. It's the Dirt RC Products Ultimate Tire Gluer. Makes gluing tires a lot simpler than what we used to have to do in the old days. The way this works is the tire goes inside, these cams flip down, pull the tire away from the rim so you can get the glue in there. What we're mounting up today is just an AKA gridiron. First step obviously would be to put the tire on the rim. After you get the tire on the rim, you want to make sure, peel back and make sure that there's none of the bead here is sticking over the lip that's on the rim. Like that right there. The AKAs, they're a little bit taller than, a little bit wider I should say, than the average tire. They'll fit in, but you ain't got much clearance there. If you flip the cams inward like that, it gives you a lot more clearance to work with it. When putting the thing in, it's not too crucial you get it perfectly centered, you just want to get it pretty close. And then you'll flip the cams outward. That reveals the gap right there for between the tire and the rim. I prefer thin CA. I just put a few drops in, let it run around. From the top side here, put a few drops in, let it run around. Kind of massage the tire around a little bit, back and forth. Release the cam slowly so the glue doesn't splatter everywhere. Lift the top plate so you don't drag it across and get glue on this. I like to take a paper towel and pop it, get the excess glue off. Take my tire band, that around there. Wipe any excess glue off you may have. There you go. The tire is somewhat centered. Put the cams down. Apply thin CA. Let it run around. Come back up here to this point, open CA. Let it run around. Release the cam slowly.